3, hello everybody! We are the Normies, and as you know, Thrones is near. Thrones is near.
For sure.
Winter is
Here. Once upon a time, we did a podcast.
It's no longer
We
coming.
want to bring it back.
Oh,
We're
like
gonna bring it
Podrick.
back now.
This is a Podrick cast.
Podrick Paincast, and we are about to talk Thrones for this whole entire podcast is going to be Thrones. So if you want to just crank on the audio, do your laundries, dishes, shit around the house, you can hear our voices. We're all pretty distinct.
If you want to listen to us while you make love to that special someone, then settle on down. The Normies are going to talk about Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
so creepy.
That went sideways. Really
Someone's
quick.
gonna do it. Someone's gonna
So we
do
have a
it.
talking ghost plushie, and we're gonna move from beyond the wall all the way to the south, and that's covering everything because we ain't gonna see no Essos this season.
Yeah.
Maybe? No. Maybe?
So 3, 2,
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see the
So do you wanna...
Yeah. All right,
Beyond the
so
wall.
guys,
The drawer is still there.
I tried my hardest to be a very.
Wait, do we try Beyond the Wall or from the south?
Let's
Beyond
do beyond the
the
wall.
Wall.
Beyond the wall is
Yeah.
talking White Walkers.
Yeah.
So I tried my hardest to be a very good Normie, but I missed the message about this podcast, so I didn't do my homework. So
I didn't know you did. It's okay.
No.
I am going to be the type of student that I used to be, which is a solid C student who bullshits his way through a bunch of things. Anyway, above the wall, I think we're gonna get to see the White Walkers' hometown. It's gonna be like straight up fucking whites, and like Grandmaster Dragon, Night's King will just be there hanging out, drinking what I can only imagine is an iced coffee. But like, yeah, a bunch of ice puns. Maybe we'll see them going to ice school. Maybe we'll see those little babies getting trained in the ways of like ice war. Vanilla Ice is there, Ice Baby, Ice Cube. But legitimately just like seeing where they're from, what they do, and just kind of like where they live at. You know what I mean? Like seeing their environment, essentially. I think that'll happen. And that'll happen above the wall.
Pass the pillow. Whoever wants to
I thought
respond,
you
open the
got...
pillow.
you're responding? All right, here, I'm going to give you...
Yes.
He'll eat your face and your titties, literally.
I agree. Because we saw a snippet of it back when like they had the babies and they were like changing them, and we were like, that place looks so cool.
Yeah?
I want to go there. I want to see it. But as
I
far
believe you guys are speaking of the lands of Always Winter.
Lands
Yes.
of Always Winter.
Where's that at on the map?
All the
the way
way.
to the north.
The white thing,
All the
babe.
way. We don't even know what that is. It's off map.
Oh, so hold on. This place doesn't wrap around?
The
no.
white
Oh,
thing.
well, we don't know. No one's ever been. No one knows if you go all the way north, if you end up south.
The lands of Always Winter.
Okay.
That white thingy.
But
No, it's above the white.
Oh my
It
God.
starts from there.
No, the lands of Always Winter specifically that he's talking about is off map.
You
It's
mean
not
like
on the map.
permafrost that's in
Thank
the world
you.
as well? That's always on the north? That
Yeah.
looks white? That thing?
It's official. No,
It's a fish.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm just
It's
saying
fine.
that it's not on the map.
Oh,
Because
not.
no one's discovered it, so
Gotcha.
it's not on the map.
okay.
But go on. Go on.
But we saw in Hold the Door in the Hold the Door episode that Bran fucked up, and they were able to get past a lot of the magic that they wouldn't have been able to get past. So I think the wall's coming down. Wall's coming down this season. Marquetta.
I'll go.
No.
I gonna say I don't think we're gonna see that much of a backstory of White Walkers. I think this is still gonna stay mysterious for us. But Bran's gonna go across the wall, and then I think when we saw in the trailer that he was in the wheelchair when I watched it like 5 or 6 times. It was in the wheelchair. It was across the wall, and I think he's just gonna get a warning that White Walkers are there, and he's just gonna come upon them, and it's gonna be probably end of the season. But I don't think we're gonna have that much of a backstory. Because I think it's cool to have those mysterious and dangerous, because if you don't know where they come from, that makes them more dangerous.
It makes him scarier.
More scarier, yeah.
So, my initial prediction before we watched the trailer was that I thought that maybe the Night's King is going to kill Bran. Because after he touched him, I felt like he has a special... It's like he put like a GPS on him and he can track him everywhere.
Where did he touch you, Bran?
And I also felt like if Brandon's body crossed the wall, then the Night's King would be able to cross the wall as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But after watching the trailer, I don't know, like it was about the way they cut it. It was weird. Like I felt like it kind of implied that either the Night's King can see when Bran walks into the crow, like he can sense that crow is Bran. Maybe he'll try to, I don't know, like do something to the crow.
Are you talking about when they showed
And
all the?
Yeah.
The crow.
Yeah.
and the
I
cow.
think Bran's that
spot that he got touched on, I think that's necessary. As soon as Bran's past the wall, they're
his
fucked.
physical, that's why I said his physical body is necessary.
And I hope he realizes that.
Yeah.
Don't go past the wall, bro.
But I
But
think
then-
it looks like he was past.
Also, I felt like, and I hope that's not gonna happen, but I felt like maybe the Night King might be able to walk into Bran.
Whoa.
So it's kind of like the Harry Potter, like you know how Harry could see into Voldemort, and then Snape tried to close that wall because they could go use it. Like once Voldemort knows that Nick down, he will go backwards. I knew you were gonna say. Then once like White King Nick he knows White King. He can go back. But I think he knows that, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe he probably. I'm sorry. Can I?
Aye.
He's some old school magic one. We saw that motherfucker get some dragon glass slid into his old chest hole, and maybe he knows about some old magic that we don't know about. The children of the forest are dead, so there's a good possibility that like he knows. Like he's like, I needed to touch that motherfucker, and then I needed that motherfucker to go over there. Like he knows that shit because he's been around forever. Essentially, he's the oldest living being right now. So I'm sure maybe he's working towards something. Maybe he's a smart guy. Like Tia and Tamara, I'm a smart guy.
I thought you were a sister like Tia and Tamara.
Well, Tia and Tamara's little brother.
Smart
He
guy.
started off, that he had his own spin-off show called Smart Guy.
I remember that show. It lasted about one season.
It lasted a couple seasons, man.
Oh, dude. Y'all remember My Brother and Me?
Yeah,
You remember My Brother and Me?
Oh,
yeah,
bro.
Goo.
Fucking Goo punches that shit.
Anyways, steering back on track to Game of Thrones. We Lindsay,
The
what
wall
was
saw
winter?
coming down.
So here, I think that because Bran is marked, that is how the Night King was able to get into the Three-Eyed Ravens, you know,
Yeah.
base.
Compound.
Well,
So,
he said that.
Whatever magic was holding him back from there was probably also used on the wall. So if Bran crosses the wall, of course Night King is going to be able to cross it then, I feel. And second, what we saw beyond the wall, we definitely saw Jon and them beyond the wall. We
Yeah.
definitely saw them there. And we saw a big circle. We saw a big circle of the
So, like,
you
right
saw the
across
circle of the
Yeah.
desert of them.
And
And we saw Thor
Barrack
Yep.
Barrack
So I was gonna say Thor
Barrack.
So there's a story called The Last Hero. When Azor Ahai was last around, he went beyond the wall with it was him and his 12 disciples, and Jon was there with 12 other people. And I want to know who else.
Oh, did you count?
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You
Yo,
stop
man,
it.
I wanted to say some shit.
I'm sorry.
So,
Yeah,
do you guys
man.
know about the prophecy?
Yes, we know about the.
No, ask it.
No, which one?
No, I.
There's a lot of
There's
prophecies.
a lot of prophecies.
Yes.
Well, the prophecy that entails the returning of Azor Ahai.
Yes.
Yeah,
we do.
yeah.
Oh, that
Okay.
one, yeah.
Azor Ahai.
Azor. What did I
Ahai.
say?
Azor Ahai.
Azor Ahai. Azor Ahai.
Azor Ahai.
Seems like
yes, we
you're-
know.
It's Azor Ahai.
We know.
Okay.
We know that Jon Snow's
Let her
supposed to be
finish.
Azor.
No, like that's just like I've never been a part of your guys' discussion
Yeah, yeah.
before,
No, go for it.
and
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
the show kind of like doesn't emphasize some things. Like part of me wonders if like Jon or Arya is also capable of warging because they both have dire wolves. They both have a very intimate
But-
connection with their wolves.
Go ahead.
Like I just
They obviously, I mean, not obviously, but
Duh.
Arya has been having dreams
Yeah.
of being in the wolf bag with Nymeria,
In the book.
or being
Not in the show.
being
In the show, they
Nymeria.
don't never do
Yeah,
it.
but in the book, that is kind of hinted.
Mhm.
And Jon also has dreams where he kind of like chases
after things
I don't know
happen,
animals,
goes.
and he can like wake up with the like the
taste of
smell
blood
of
in
taste
his
of blood
mouth.
in his mouth. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that he can definitely walk into stuff. I don't know.
But just in the book.
I don't know if
though.
he can only walk into ghosts or he can like walk into other people.
Mhm.
Yep, that's it.
Nahid.
Yeah, I'll give it to you after this.
Just.
Yeah, I was weird.
When the ravens were flying, in the last trailer, what if Bran is warging into one of those, and that's what the Three-Eyed Raven meant by, "You will never walk, but you will fly."
But what?
Yeah.
Shit, why?
He was. They did that show.
I don't know, because he could warg into anything, and like,
I mean,
why?
that's already happened.
Yeah,
I think
dude.
that's already happened. That was actually what it was. Like that.
Did that
connection.
actually
So
happen?
why would they show
In
that
the
again?
trailer.
Maybe just to like. whip his
Because
ear.
he can work into anything.
Yeah,
I know, but like
probably
he's
there.
never warged into a crow,
He
a raven
has-
before.
Worked into
A raven.
Not the Raven.
I don't think so.
before,
He's only warged in Direwolf and Hodor, Yeah.
Oh, and he keeps seeing that Raven in his dreams too.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that was a three-eyed Raven.
He,
that
he
had.
always kept going to Raven and trying to touch him in a dream, but he was never able to.
It was a three-eyed
physically.
Raven, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
But
it was
I don't
Raven
think
per
he's ever
se.
actually warged into anything other than a wolf.
And that's something that's not that
Oh,
close. That's not something like right in front of him, but it's something like
And he-
Raven is flying away.
Well, my predictions in the north. Well, you kind of already talked about the big one. I feel like John's gonna go in with his 12 disciples, and there's gonna be a huge battle that's gonna happen because I feel like there's more people that are over still above, like beyond the wall, that still are there and they need to be rescued.
Oh wait, no, I think Barrack is gonna
Yeah.
go beyond.
Did you say John's disciples or Barrack disciples?
John's disciples. 'Cause
But
there's
Barrack is Azora High.
Hold on.
I don't think Barrack
Barrack
is.
is no
Barrack
Azora
is
High.
not
Get
But
outta
isn't
here.
he the one with the sword though?
He has a
That's
flaming
Yeah.
sword, but
He's
they've
a-
shown that before. It
They
doesn't
show
mean
that
he's
before, does
Azor
not mean it's Azor High.
But
I feel like there's gonna be a huge battle that's gonna
I
entail.
don't know. John's the obvious choice. The show's not about being
True.
obvious.
But that's the
Well,
thing,
I
though.
don't
Yeah,
think-
George
no,
R. R. Martin always
sorry.
changes it.
Target your
Yeah, the
blood.
show's not
He-
about being
he-
obvious.
But yeah, I feel like there's gonna be a huge battle, and I feel like John's gonna finally. I think Hardhome was a taste, and I think we're gonna see like a huge battle happen.
that'd be dope.
Like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's that whole scene when John was going to the north with Torment and everything like that. It's gonna be something big that's gonna happen. I hope nobody dies big in that scene, but something big's gonna happen, and I think that's what's gonna end up having John leave the north to go to the south to start getting recruiting. Going, yo,
Yeah.
guys, we have a fucking problem.
Yeah, they have to have a small
Can I see
fight
that
first
framework,
before they
please?
have like a big ass fight.
So speaking of Jon Snow, do you think that Jon Snow is immortal now?
Yes.
No.
No.
I don't think he's
No.
like immortal in to say that
You
like.
mean like in the sense of Barrack done?
Because
Yeah,
he
I think
survived.
But Barrack is not immortal.
He's
either.
not immortal. Yeah.
I think he's the way of Barrack is. I think you can bring John back to life.
But
I
only
think-
if the Melisandre is around.
Yeah.
If not,
Or even
then-
what about the dude who's with Barrack that did it?
Yeah, Thor.
Thor's Samir, right?
Yeah,
I
but-
think.
But it doesn't make him mortal. Like he have to be brought back
Yeah.
to life. Somebody has to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, because he still sustains his injuries, and then when he gets cut down, like there's that actual ritual that happens. Because
Yeah.
if that ritual wasn't happening, he just stayed
Can
dead.
I say one thing? What's gonna be really interesting to see is because like we've said before, like Barrack said it. When we come back, a little bit of us is left behind. We're not the same anymore.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really interesting to see what of John has not come back.
Yeah.
We already saw Emo John most of last season.
Yeah. I mean, he killed Ollie, little fucker. Deserved it.
Yeah.
Fuck that
yeah.
kid.
Coming.
Yeah, fuck
So,
that.
all right. So your boy John, he didn't died. He didn't came back, and he got 12 disciples. That's pretty much old school JC. Yeah, right.
I'm just pointing that out there.
So, what I'm saying though is that's kind of obvious, and maybe George Martin has a plan to like really thumb up the butt and fuck it all. So we'll see. But
Yeah, we're
I mean,
off
there
book-
are
we're
like
off book, so this is
they're
deep.
drawing parallels of him being the literal savior. Oh my God, it's a whole immaculate conception,
Oh,
weird
yeah.
birth thing. Like John's that dude, and so I mean we know that, and I think that's cool. And I would like to see John save everything because I dig John, and I don't want to see him die. I want an actual main character that doesn't die now. But knowing George R. R. Martin, I try to keep my distance emotionally because there's a pretty good chance he might get.
Yeah. Again, in fact.
There's
I
a
think
good chance
John-
he might get Azora stabbed.
Oh, does anyone else have? I have one thing to add
About John?
about
want this?
Azora. You go for it.
Azora. I'm about John. If he wants to pick about Azora, go for
You
it.
go for it, John.
You go for it, John.
Okay, John. So John. I think he's gonna be advised to go with Daenerys and marry her for political reasons and like to tear up and destroy shit. But Bran's gonna swoop in and tell him about his true parentage, and that's gonna stop the marriage.
Why would it stop the marriage?
Because
Yeah.
they're related, aren't they?
Motherfucker,
Do you know
Jake-
how old that kid is?
are you watching the same show?
Yeah, I mean, he's
But it's
not-
still, I mean, it's still
No, but
it's
like,
a
I
valid
think
concern.
John wouldn't do that. I feel like John's not like that kind of guy who's like.
I think it
If
will
anything,
affect
from my phone.
something.
I
don't think
feel
it will
like
affect
the
the
I
marriage.
I mean, it's, that's just me. But maybe he will be. I don't know.
I
but
feel
I'm
like
just
the show will never really outright. We know, but the show will never outright confirm he's Rhaegar's son and that they are related. But they
really?
will ship them, and they will leave it up to the viewers to be
No,
whether
I
we're
don't
okay
know.
with it or not.
Oh,
Because
you know what? It would be the first case of incest that we would be okay with.
yeah, that's
Mark
exactly why. Because
But
George
I
Martin
still
would
don't
bring
think that
that up.
incest is gonna happen.
And secondly, I think Azor Ahai is not one specific person because there's so many people that fit that description.
Yep.
Like Melisandre fit it.
Yep.
Like she thought Stannis was a champion. Maybe Stannis was the champion just
Ooh.
until he rescued Jon from from the wall for that battle.
Davos
And-
fits it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny fits it.
Yep.
Rise from salt and
Jorah
smoke.
fits
Born
it.
from salt and smoke. Barrack. I think champions of the Lord of Light are like selected, and they can kind of come back for
Yeah.
for whatever's about to happen. Because I think that religion and like the White Walker. I mean, obviously it's like fire and ice. It's
Yeah.
not- they're
And so like that
opposite.
religion allows you to be like, hey, we're gonna need you. So like in this time frame, like you're allowed to come back because we need you. And like eventually, you know what I mean? Like maybe if you're cut down fighting the White Walkers, you don't come back. Ooh, which is but
So, who do you think the real God is, or do you think there's more than one God?
There's
Oh,
more
yeah,
than
there's
one.
more than one.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
feel like
hard.
they're different?
I feel like
Interpretations of the same God, though.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
all the religions in Westeros, like old gods, the seven, even Rolor, even like the faceless god, I feel like they're all based on the same god.
yeah.
So you
Oh.
don't think they're like coexisting faiths of well, I guess.
Oh, there. Like,
Either there's two actual ones, and it's like ice and fire,
Mhm.
like where all the deities kind of come from, like the old gods. Like I don't. It's hard because like Dragonstone, Dragonglass kills White Walkers, and that material was like what made from dragons in
Yeah.
Valyria. That's like across the world. Like look at the map. And so like I don't know if it was just meant to be like these are just two like old, very old, ancient religions, and this is just like this
That's not
prophecy was meant to be.
religion,
I don't know.
though. That's like a whole culture.
Rolor is kind of like the Lord
Yeah.
of Light religion.
Lord of Fire,
Right,
dragons
yeah.
are made from fire, or wyverns.
I don't know. It's just it's weird, man. There's so much lore. That's why I love this.
I think they're more than one god because like in real life like I'm gonna break American gods like they talk about like they
Yeah.
have different gods like
That's what I was gonna bring
we,
up too.
I mean
I have a good question after.
yeah we also believe we might be believing one god different interpretation but they are getting completely separate things compared like
Yeah.
seven is getting completely
Yeah.
compared like if you believe in Lord of Light
Mhm.
you're not getting the same results.
and different regions have different deities and different religious theories, just like in our world. I mean, we have some religions that believe in many different gods. Then you have one that's just a monotheism.
Mm-hmm.
You have some people who don't believe in God, and it's very much determined by where you were born.
Yeah.
Well, that I agree with. It's just I'm speaking like a very very literal sense, like
And
American gods literal sense. Are these different? Like, is the Lord of Light as real as the Green Children? Are the Seven as real as? Personally, I think the Seven don't
Yeah.
exist. But
in this world,
yeah, in this world, like I don't think the Seven actually exist. I think they're
in
just
this
the
world
means of
seven don't
subjugation.
exist, but I think the Lord of Light exists.
And whatever the ice
I don't-
people's thing is.
Yeah.
But like, where does all that lore fit together?
I think it's just some sort of magic that the priests are able to perform.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really think that there is some sort of lord that gives them that power. They just kind of learn how to do it.
Almost like alchemists.
So
Yes.
so they're like they themselves
what I
born
s-
witches or like alchemists like who learn how to do it.
Yeah, that's anyway what I think.
Interesting.
I think that the only magic or the real like the thing that happened was the comet kind of
Yeah.
like announced the
Return
the
of
age
magic.
of
Yeah.
magic.
Dragon. like-
And the dragons were born, and the I mean the White Walkers were around for the entire time, so
Mm-hmm.
that beats
but
that.
but it made them stronger.
It made them
think-
stronger,
yeah.
but then also, it was also time for the winter, so I guess dragons had to be born to kind of,
Not me.
Take them down.
yeah, I don't know.
Can I get the dog?
I got
Somebody's
lost in
feet
my
are reeking.
train of
Reek.
thoughts.
I'm just
Nahit,
I'm gonna go with the whole American gods thing. That I think all the gods exist, and it's a matter of belief in which gods are stronger. Because, I mean, Lord of the Light, you know what I mean? He's able to bring back folks and shit. You know what I mean?
He's like
That's the only
belief.
one that I've seen.
it could be that
Just
because
make sure we don't go tangent.
are you
Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna go with on this one, guys. Because we've seen like, yeah, man, we've seen all the gods, you know, and all their powers, dude. And I don't think any of them are fake.
like reiterating the same
It
point.
wasn't that like profound.
You're not that profound, Mickey.
Sweet. Are we gonna keep talking about the North? Or we're gonna
Real quick, I
Move
just
on.
wanted
Let's
to
do
say about these
Winterfell.
gods. Real quick about the gods. Yeah, I think it's whoever they believe in, and like maybe it does work like that because when everybody saw the comet, they were like, oh yeah, they're
There's a
magic,
bleeding
and maybe
star.
that just furthered the belief, or just.
Alright, we spent a lot of time here.
But it's good. I mean, people like the deep dive. I was gonna
Winterfell.
ask you guys who was well known, like which religion you would subscribe to the most. And I will say each Westerosi religion all has like a god of death. Like the stranger from the Seven is the
Mhm.
god of death. The faceless man is the god of death. Rolor, Lord of Light. I don't know. I think death
is the only God. Like the Faceless One is like there's only one God. And what do we say to him? Not today.
Not today.
Not
If I don't know, I'd go for another fire when they have to burn children. That one's probably not the best.
I like
the
the seven.
seven seemed
I like the
pretty
seven.
passive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Seth, the fucking High Sparrow.
Oh, there. I'm talking. In my head though, like I live
Liberal.
in fucking like West
Liberal
or not
seven.
West. I live in Winterfell, and I'm just like, yeah, I subscribe to you to 7 of the
I like the werewolves.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the
They're
crying
like old
trees.
gods.
Fucking
Old
old gods,
gods.
crying
Old
trees.
gods.
I changed my mind. Fucking 7.
I do old gods.
We've seen like examples of their powers, but like if I was in that world and I saw a dead dude come back to life, I'm Lord of Light all day.
Oh yeah, isn't that your
Right? Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
you
you're
sound like.
just
Isn't that like
I'm
your
Lord of
job?
Light.
Yeah, that's your dude now,
That's your
right?
thing, right?
Yeah.
That's your guy. You're like, well, I guess this is my religion. Then.
I'm Lord of Light all day, dude.
What I say?
And John's just like, man.
All right, let's move on from religion
Winterfell.
unless someone else has to add, and let's talk about Winterfell. Who's there? Sansa,
Sansa,
Baelish,
Baelish, John. Is
about
little Lyanna there?
Lyanna's there.
Oh, yeah, Leanna Mormont.
Little
If could.
I love Lady Mormont.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah, she's great.
Can she have her own spin-off, Little Mormont?
Yeah, Little
Yeah.
Mormont.
Lady Mormont.
Little Mormont and the Bears.
It's
Oh, Mormont and the Bears! Nice.
You refuse the code. The code.
That was actually the band she was in
Nice.
before her.
Ooh.
Before she had
When we get to the next
Refusing
topic,
the call.
I have a
No,
brief
Little
subtopic
Mormont and the Bears.
to introduce the
Okay.
next one. That's
Okay.
Okay,
Winterfell.
marketing.
Do you have any predictions for Winterfell?
So, Sansa, I think that a lot of the season is going to evolve around Sansa. And her
The whole season?
finding
A good amount of
a
it.
good part of it. Just because
Second
the trailer focused on her a lot. Like
Yeah.
she had her own monologue. The first almost 10 seconds was just her walking and thinking and smiling somewhat. So I think that she will be an important. She will have an important part there. And I had a prediction that this is. I have a list of prediction that I made like 4 months ago
For everything or
when
just
we were
Winterfell?
planning to do this podcast.
For everything or just Winterfell?
No, that's for like
Okay.
different things. So.
Nice.
The one I have for Sansa is that she will probably be jealous of Jon Snow's powers and kind of the way his leadership works with other people. You know,
Mhm.
I think that maybe she'll go on some sort of a power trip and maybe does something stupid again. As
Listening
she
to
did
Cersei in
before.
her head.
Exactly, listening to the Cersei in her head. But I think that since she was talking about the family in the trailer, that she will, learn her final lesson and finally be the Stark lady that we need.
He then Hannah. He had his hand up first.
So I think you're on it. I think this all Winterfell is gonna definitely be on Sansa because she's like trying to like figure out where her spot is right now. Because on one hand, yeah, she's Lady Winterfell, but the other hand, Jon is there, and Jon is like he's the leader, so he doesn't know what to fucking say.
He's not just a leader. He's the.
He's the king. He's the king of the North, dude. You feel me? So it's gonna
I'm
make her
sorry.
very vulnerable, dude. And I think that's where Littlefinger is gonna fucking come in and just start whispering in her ear, just be like saying shit like, you know what, you are the lady of the house. You are the rightful heir. Your bloodline belongs here, and all this other shit. And it's just gonna cause such a rift between those two that there's gonna be a lot of mistakes happening in Winterfell, like you said. But again, I mean, we'll see what happens between those two. I don't know.
I think, regarding to Sansa learning her ultimate lesson this season, part of me feels like she's already learned that. Because she's been navigating on her own for quite some time now, and her decisions, well, the Battle of the Bastards, like that victory was her.
Mm-hmm.
And that we're seeing that as a reoccurring theme, and she's human, yeah, there's every chance of her doing something stupid. But I think she's reached the point in time where she's moved past to that thinking of this, she always referred to herself as the stupid girl. I think she is going to be who runs things now. I think she's going to do it whether it's in her name or in Jon's, because I don't think Jon wants this.
Yeah.
I mean, Jon, if anything, wants to pull a George Washington and just fucking go.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna really have each other's back. I think a lot of their focus could be misplaced because of Bran.
Who's gonna have each other's backs?
Sansa and
Maybe he could be
and
like, I need to go to the
Jon.
wall
Yeah.
and you take care of shit.
I disagree.
Well, I mean, John does end up going to the far north, so someone has to be taking care of Winterfell.
No,
Yeah.
Navi then Surge.
I really think like here's the thing. Even though the victory was Sansa's, but Sansa could have gone a better way to do about
Yes.
it. She could have actually told Jon about it. That's when it kind of gets like. That's where I think like I don't know that she's gonna support Jon, but I feel like there's gonna be drift. But that better be only 1 or 2 episodes. That power struggle better not last the whole time because I do want to believe that Sansa is gonna play a bigger part. That she have to take Winterfell once Jon leaves, and she have to do it with that little finger, rather than little finger actually whispering to her ear.
Yeah.
Like she needs to figure that shit out. That she needs to be strong and not what she always been.
And I think she finally sees Littlefinger for what he is, though.
Yeah, and that needs to
But
be
true.
happen. That power struggle should not go on long because she knows this by now.
She knows she is Littlefinger's Achilles heel. She's the only thing that she knows Littlefinger's weakness is.
Yeah.
Because she looks like a fucking cat.
Yeah, but I hope she knows that.
Oh, she knows by now.
Yeah.
He told her.
They might not.
It's like, what do you want?
Yeah,
She's like,
but
Very
it's like
explicitly.
she can I mean, but like I hope she knows in a way that she
She's
can
gonna use her
manipulate.
feminine
Yeah,
wiles.
use it and
Cheery
manipulate
eyes.
it.
Oh yeah, she has.
So George R.R. Martin, as you know, was heavily involved in the first 4 seasons. Didn't quite work on 5 and 6 because he decided, I better fucking write Winds of Winter now. So it's been David and Dan, the producers, and that's why a lot of hardcore book readers are always upset and frustrated with certain decisions the show makes of leaving certain things out and what they put in. So like season 5, the whole High Sparrow and Cersei stuff that was happening in King's Landing was like the closest to George R.R. Martin Game of Thrones writing. Because, like, essentially the game was being played. The Sparrow, you couldn't tell if he was, like, what side he was on. He kind of played Cersei. Cersei thought she was playing him.
Yeah.
So I think we are going to see the game being played politically in Winterfell. Battles and shit is all going to be South King's Landing and Daenerys. But up north, I think we're going to see classic Game of Thrones.
Nice.
And I personally wouldn't mind if it lasted the majority of the season. We're only getting 7 episodes. So if they can weave that in and, like, let us know, like, who's playing who? Is it Littlefinger playing Sansa? Is Sansa playing... is Arya fucking back in Winterfell? Oh, shit, what's gonna happen if Arya's there? Is Bran coming back? What the fuck is Stark reading? I don't know. I'm gonna see some good politicking, and David and Dan, do it right, man. Make it mysterious. Make me not think... Make me guess whose motivations is what.
7
Yeah.
episodes.
Well, I don't think I'm
of
going to problem with that.
Fuck.
I just have one more.
Also, my prediction is Littlefinger is dead by the end of the season.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I hope so. I hope
This
Sansa.
is Littlefinger's last season, and
I don't.
Sansa's gonna be the one to do it.
I hope Sansa smashes his
You think
grapes
so?
with a fucking warhammer.
I think
I think
so.
Littlefinger-
I think Sansa's gonna see what Littlefinger's trying to do, drifting them apart, and she's gonna fuck
Yep.
them up.
I'm just gonna make this quick because I feel like I'm completely thinking differently than all you guys. I think Arya and Sansa are gonna be reunited this season for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I hope so. It's not say for sure, but I hope
Knock
so.
on all of the wood.
Yeah. And then I feel like Sansa's gonna be played by Littlefinger and she's gonna be putty in his hands and end up marrying him in the end.
Arya married
Littlefinger?
Littlefinger?
Sansa married Littlefinger.
No.
I see that happening.
I don't think John would.
That actually would Littlefinger. That would be something he wants because
I
first
see
of all
that
she looks like
happening.
Cat. He would
Yeah.
have
He's-
the North.
Yeah.
I feel like she's gonna
Keys
be
to the
played by
north.
him and he's gonna end up marrying her.
I think there's
see
gonna be
that happen.
proposal wedding, but I think
Maybe
Sansa's
there's gonna be something that stops it, but I feel like it's gonna go that route.
Are we done with that one? You guys think?
Yeah,
No, Marquette,
I
you
think
want to
No,
say
no,
something?
no, no. Go,
You sure?
go.
Yeah.
I had a brief addendum, and I wanted to talk about the music of Westeros. Like, we've only got a handful of songs, but they're all good. Like, the Dornishman's Wife is just about a dude, like, fucking a Dornishman's wife and drinking up his wine.
But isn't that actually about like White Walkers?
Yeah. It's
The
about
Dornishman's
the-
Wife
Yeah,
is?
it's actually
Yeah.
tongue-in-cheekly
Oh.
about White
I'm
Walkers.
gonna have to go back and re-listen to it. The Bear and the Maiden Fair is, I think it's just about oral sex. It's like the bear, like the honey from her hair. A bear, there was a bear. And then Reigns of Castamere. Like, I just want to hear more songs. I wish that we could get a chance for some cultural
You should go to
knowings
the-
about the Game of Thrones, but we don't.
If you get a chance, go to the Game of Thrones concert, man.
Yeah.
Well,
That
thankfully,
feels so
It
dope.
was amazing.
Like, no one's writing songs
Ron
because zombies are
Ron
eating
do
people.
shit.
They just don't have time.
They don't have time. Winter's coming.
Thanks.
Never had time to write.
thanks
Winter's
to
here.
our lovely subscribers, we now have a cookbook, so we can enjoy more
Yeah,
of Game of
we have to
Thrones.
make a dish
Yes.
every
I'm
episode.
very
We
excited.
need a dish
Ooh,
every
and
episode.
you know what? I'll learn how to play the Reigns of Castamere on guitar, and I'll come and I'll play it quietly while we eat.
No.
Can I learn it on my ukulele?
Yeah. Real slow. Me and you, we won't make eye contact with anybody, and then that's when we hit them with the crossbow.
Hey, you should make a 8-bit version of Reigns of Castamere for the outro for the Game of Thrones videos.
Okay.
Or something.
Who got it next? What are we talking about next?
Why don't we move further?
Can
Or
I-
do you have anything else to say about Winterfell? This is
I,
it.
ju- I
Let's go
had
to Pike.
I had one silly prediction that just could probably be only like a fan fiction. Arya is the Queen of the North with Lady Mormont as her advisor.
That'd be so
That-
cool.
That would be cool.
That's
would
my
be really
prediction.
good.
I wouldn't
My
mind.
I'd be
was
down
Lady
with that one.
Mormont for president and Arya as Secretary of State.
Oh my god,
2016.
yes.
Let's move down south. Let's talk about Pike and Euron Greyjoy, but at the same time, let's also talk about Riverlands, which was where Arya was last seen. So let's talk about Arya and
Yeah,
the
that was-
Greyjoys.
I think she.
Arya's left.
I think she just destroyed the Greyjoy house and we're done with that shit. I don't think.
No. Arya destroyed the Frey house.
Yeah.
Frey house. Yeah. I think
Not
Arya
the
destroyed the
Frey
Frey house and we're done with that shit. I think we're done with being over there.
Well, she already fed.
But I mean, we gotta catch up with her. Right now, she's still there. So if she's gonna go to Winterfell, where's she gonna go? So like that's the last known location. So we'll just talk about what we think she's gonna do.
Pike is over here.
Hey, excuse me, you're scraping the mic.
Hey.
Oh, I see it. Iron Islands. Okay.
It's over there.
Holy shit, how is he supposed to get his fleet all the way around to Danny? This motherfucker's gotta go around the whole country.
He can
He's
go
going to
left.
King's
Look,
Landing.
he's gonna go left.
You can't go through King's Landing.
Isn't Yara already
No, look.
Lay it down.
in?
Yeah, you have
This
to
is this is where the Iron
You
Islands
can
are, right?
go
Can you-
through. Go through.
Here.
No, I can see it now.
No, you can't go through.
This is where the Iron Islands are,
You
right?
cannot go
Yeah.
through.
So like if you're on Greyjoy has
You
a
have to
fleet,
go-
Homie has to go around the fucking Horn of Dorne down here
Yeah.
and then through the fucking steps to get to the Narrow Sea. Or at least to get over to King's Landing to fight, unless this motherfucker got his boats and somehow built them on this other shore over here,
No.
which I guess that would make sense too.
No.
No, look, they just gotta.
I mean,
Yeah, how do they do that?
Through
and pillage their way through.
or the river run, they could get on the river.
Yeah, I was
But you
wondering-
can't run a fleet down a river. You just can't do that.
But you can go one by one.
No, honestly, they can go around. I mean, it took Jorah like 5 seconds to sail through Valyria and get to fucking.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, their boats have wheels. They drove on
He's
land.
building
for a little
1,000 ships in like 2
I mean,
episodes.
Viserys went through like Dorne and back to Marine, like, whereas. But yeah, let's talk about Pike. I don't think there's much to say about Arya and Riverland.
I have one thing
Besides
to say
that,
about
Arya.
Arya.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't even need wolf fur.
That's fine.
I just feel like Arya's gonna have
Need a beard.
by the season one more off her list.
bit. Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Cool.
I can see that.
Arya's just gonna have another person crossed off.
Oh,
her.
Oh,
yeah.
and you know who I think that person is?
Who?
Tell me.
Sandra Clegane.
No.
Why the fuck would she kill him again?
Clegane
Why would that be so
Bull is-
redundant? Why the fuck? She already left him for
If they
dead
see each
and
other,
didn't
they're
kill
gonna hang
him.
out and just
She
be
didn't
like,
kill him. She left him alive.
I don't think
Yeah.
she'll go back.
Dude,
to
I
her.
just
Terrible
Arya's
prediction.
gonna just like come in.
And she didn't kill him.
Yeah.
I hope that Arya gets to see Nymeria
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in the forest. I'm hoping for that reunion.
Oh, they're gonna have to
And-
go through the same river. Yeah.
Yes.
You think she'll have like a pack of wolves?
Well, it's talking
And
about.
also, oh, sorry. And I just have one more. I didn't want to. I actually already lost track of it, so let me think about
I'm
it.
sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Can
I
I have the
just-
wolf after you for 1 second?
The
After
book,
you first.
and in several instances, talks about this giant animal, this giant dog leading a pack of wild dogs, and basically terrorizing the Riverlands. They really don't touch on that much in the show, but
Yeah.
Think it's like Marion? She's just got a crew.
yeah,
That'd be so cool. Never your crew.
That would be awesome.
That'd be really cool. But so wait, do you have something?
Oh, I know.
I just had something
I'm-
to say, but
Yeah, I'm happy for Arya that she became the ghost of Harrenhal that she wanted to be when she had no power, you
Mhm.
know, and there was the tickler and all that shit. Now she is the one that, you know, everybody's afraid of because nobody is going to know what face she's going to have on.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. You'll find it. The one thing I want to say about Pike, I'm surprised they made that many ships in that short amount of time. But then again, that's nothing surprise. But Euron is gonna go to Cersei and just they're gonna combine forces like that. I think that's the only thing. Euron can't fight Daenerys by himself. He needs Lannisters. Oh, actually, Castle Rock. He might be going to Castle Rock and not King's Landing.
I thought his intention was to marry Daenerys.
Yes. I'm confused right now.
No, but don't they
He did want to
know
marry
that?
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah, but I mean, he knows that Theon and Yara has gone to Daenerys, right? They know, and they have to
No.
He
find
does
Yara.
not,
So- no,
he
he
does
doesn't
not
know
have
that.
to know that. He doesn't know what their plan is.
Yeah, he doesn't know where they are.
But if he knows, that doesn't assume that he has whispers
She
as well
heard-
who will tell him that they are there already and going because they were at the bar and talking to people.
I don't think they're gonna learn that until they actually get there, and I think
Yeah.
by the time they get there, Daenerys and everyone will be gone and all the way. On the
So
way
look,
to
I
the
think
planet.
that
Because
Oh,
where do you think
I
they're
have
going to
something.
get Marine, or they're going to Dragonstone or Castle Rock?
I
Because
think-
I don't.
he could assume that. I mean, like it took a great amount of time for Dorne and like Queen of Thorns to get to Daenerys.
Yeah.
So that much time has passed. He's made the ships. I'm sure the realm knows that there's an alliance of
Exactly.
people and there's a fleet coming.
And they already
And
left
so like
Marine, so
he
if he goes
might
to
audible
Daenerys,
and go to
then-
Cersei. I mean, it just makes sense for him to go to Cersei.
Yeah. Because at this point, like, if he goes to Marine and doesn't know
Like, there's
well,
no
they're gonna
point.
miss of each other.
Yeah,
Like,
they
on
would
the
see.
sea.
He would see them. He would
Yeah,
cross
because
paths.
they already left Marine.
And Cersei doesn't. I mean, they have a fleet, like a proper navy, but they're about to get an even bigger one.
Yeah.
Which is still crazy though, because Daenerys has air power and she'll just burn every fucking ship in the water.
Mm-hmm.
But dragons can die.
Maybe
They can,
just-
but they can burn
And
100
isn't
ships.
I don't think they're gonna do this in the show, but in the books, isn't Euron supposed to have some kind of like instrument that can like
Horn.
harm dragons?
To bring down the wall, but it's not.
The
it's-
wall
the whole. He's
The
got
horn. Horn.
for the wall.
The
I thought
Harrenhal
it was for
horn.
the dragons.
Was it
That
for
was for
dragons?
dragons.
Dragons? I thought it was for the wall to bring down the wall.
Dragon.
That's another horn that's
Oh, there's two horns?
that is beyond the wall. It was.
Damn it,
owned
Mickey.
Oh, that is
And he lost his phone too.
Well, you remember when they found the
By, it was
Underneath the
owned by
couch.
one of the.
Oh, I'll get it.
First
the
Minister.
wildlings.
Oh, but when they found
the
the
leader of wildlings. What was his name?
Tormund.
Mance.
Mance. When they dug up the dragon glass, there was a horn there.
Oh yeah, they
There
never
was?
showed it.
Yeah.
They haven't
Oh,
showed
so
it,
Sam
though.
Tarly has it?
But it just looked like
Sam.
yeah, I don't know,
I
but I
wanna
mean, they
talk
never
about
did
Sam.
anything with
They
it.
haven't
They just
showed.
they
Oh,
dug
yeah,
it
we
up.
need to talk about Sam.
I wanna talk
they
about
haven't
Sam.
showed it,
We'll go to after
like
this.
in the show, really.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Sam.
Well, hold on,
So-
Sam's all the way down here in Old
So
Town.
that horn there can take the wall down, and the one that Euron Greyjoy apparent or
Had in the book.
Euron has a great
So-
In the
job.
book,
Yeah.
there was like a dragon dragon
I missed
binding.
it. I thought it was
That's-
just
yeah.
one horn. God damn, I'm gonna get
Well, there's
fried
two
in the
different.
comments.
There's a horn like yeah.
But,
The horn that Euron got apparently he got sailing in like Valyria or something.
but
Like,
didn't show in the show, right?
No.
I wonder if
I don't
that's
think
gonna
they're
be a
gonna do
weapon
that.
to. that
I
I
he's
feel
gonna
like
take
it would
to
be
somebody.
weird to show in the
Yeah.
show like all of a sudden I have this.
You know,
what I
also-
mean?
I
he
don't think
just-
they would do that.
he was politicking. He was running his campaign. So who the hell knows if he has it or not?
How
Yeah.
the fuck is he even
Yeah.
gonna? I mean, there's no trees on Pike, man. How's he even gonna build fucking shit?
I mean, look, even if they can get to the forest right
That
there,
would have been
that's
a cool
fine.
plot. I wonder why they didn't add the horn. That would have been a cool plot.
It
I wonder if
would've.
it was
I wonder
even real or
if
not.
he has it now and he's gonna use that as an instrument to bind with Cersei,
But I
because
mean,
Cersei would need something to take.
It's
that
too
dragon.
late in the story to implement something like that. That would be like an ultra Deus Ex.
Yeah, I
like
mean-
this far in.
Yeah.
You know, what I
Maybe
mean?
not if he touted it as real and it wasn't real.
Now that'd be dope. If that's one of the reasons why Cersei pulled him, and like he just blew it, and like everybody was just like dumbass. Why?
It's a horn.
Same
bro.
one with the wall. Like they take
Why would you
and then they
make that
take the
work?
one to the wall and they blow it at the wall, and we think it's gonna be bullshit too. But then that one works. That'd be a good oops a daisy.
Damn.
Alright, does anybody else has
But
Mike?
a horn, I don't know. It just seems silly. I don't think
I mean,
either.
There's ice zombies and
It
dragons.
is. It
too.
isn't. I mean,
I know about a horn. That's where the shit is.
it
like,
would be weird for the show, but it was in the books. A
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And
And
it was mentioned quite some time.
Do you? I don't think they're gonna do this, but do you think we'll see? I don't think we will, but Lady Stoneheart.
no.
Absolutely not.
Not at this point.
Well, I mean, she's in the. She was left off in the Riverlands, and that's where
No,
Arya is right now. I mean,
But she
Maybe,
was
maybe just
brother
like
I think
that,
I
just
think
like a-
I think
they
they're
had
gonna
to-
show her, man. I think they're
That'd be
gonna. I
kinda
think she's
silly.
gonna be.
I
there with
think
the-
season 6 was the season of returning
No,
characters,
but
and if they would have
I'd
shown
love
her, they
to
would have
see
shown her
her
then.
Nah, I think she's gonna be with.
Maybe she
better-
won't return, but maybe like Arya sees it as like a vision or something. I don't know, just like a quick thing.
I think
don't
she's
think
gonna.
so. I don't think so.
I think she's gonna return with better Dondarrion and them.
Nah, we already saw Beric and them. They were with the Hound.
I know, but
Arya had
with them.
always a special connection with Jon, so maybe that's where she's going.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
We can talk about Arya
maybe
now,
she's
too.
going to the wall, and she will meet the Brotherhood without banners there.
And then they'll all be like, "Holy shit!" And she'll be like, "Y'all ain't on my list. You lucky. You pissed me off, but fine. Whatever."
What if they on? Wasn't Thoros of Myr and Beric on her list at one point? 'Cause she was shitty at them. But at one point, she put like everybody.
Yeah,
some people
everybody.
on her
She's
list.
been on the list.
You're on my list.
Oh, there's
Like
something.
Arya, that list is fucking.
See, I,
That would be a
there's
funny
something
skit.
in
It's
the
like,
book they have.
or he just stole bread and loaf from me once. I got it.
There's something in the book about Lady Stoneheart that I
He's a
want to
better
say,
wolf.
but I have like 20% hope maybe they'll bring her so I don't want to say
And hold
it.
out on it.
but I'm gonna hold on to it.
So
Yeah.
It will be helpful because
I wish they showed
Lace
her.
and Heart.
Oh.
Me
yeah.
too.
Because they are like this will be the first time seeing Brothers Without Banner after a while, and that's when it was revealed in
Yeah.
the book. So
That
she
was
could
with them.
be
Mhm.
because it wasn't like they were shown last season and she wasn't with them. Like this is the first time they have shown Brothers Without Banner
We haven't seen
after
it-
so long.
We haven't seen them in a very long time.
Yeah, so she could.
We saw them
be
last
with
season.
Exactly. Or
Did
they
we?
might have some kind of story.
Yeah, I was
Hounds
like,
with
I was like, we're doing
oh
something.
yeah, that's right. I forgot.
We saw
that
them.
was with them.
These motherfuckers need to
Man.
rewatch.
I kind of need. I think I might want to rewatch last season.
I do.
to catch up.
Dude,
It was
when
worth
when Hannah was making her point, whatever about Battle of the Bastards, I
Mhm.
totally zoned out what she said and just started thinking about Battle of the Bastards. I was like, that was so
Just
amazing.
replaying it.
It was like
It was
fucking
beautiful.
They should
insane.
have done that in the theaters. I don't understand why they didn't do
Why
that.
did they do
yeah.
that in
That
theaters?
I will so go watch that.
IMAX, could you imagine?
Yeah.
I know.
Oh,
I
man.
rewatched that like 3 times.
Battle on the Wall was
So
so good.
good.
It was so-
I don't actually like IMAX that much when there are scenes that are so fast and it's just like this, like really detail that just lasts a millisecond. Like you
Yeah.
can't even catch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the screen is just so big, you can't.
Yeah.
I didn't really. I loved Guardians of the Galaxy, but I didn't enjoy it just because of these like the battle scenes. Like I could barely see them.
Yeah, Emily saw that one in
because
3D.
yeah, actually
But
had
like Mad Max though, that one I sure like that one.
Yeah, Mad Max.
If it's, I think if it's shot for 70mm, it works. So
Bro,
maybe
I saw
they did
I
do
saw
it.
IMAX in the true. I saw Mad Max in the true IMAX, bro. It was fucking. I came at
Mad
least
Max
7
and
to
True
10 times.
IMAX.
Oh my
Max and
god, I
Max.
wish I would have seen that.
So, should we
So let's
go
talk
down
about
with Oaken?
Arya, brother. Yeah, we can talk about who.
Do we have anything about Arya more to add?
No, I think she's gonna end up in Winterfell personally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, she's,
And yeah, Rona, I do think she'll cross someone else off her list.
she's at
Oh,
the
yeah,
twins.
she is.
She's on her
That's
way
like
up.
that's her mission.
Maybe the Mountain.
No.
That'd be dope.
No,
That would be crazy
Um,
if she was the one to take them out.
I feel like that would be.
Yeah.
Like if Clegane Bowl does
I think
happen
that's what's gonna
and the
happen.
Mountain kills fucking the Hound like in like such an
No,
upsetting way.
dude, that
Like
would-
Arya
Arya
just run
picks
in
him
and
up.
like,
Yeah.
I think the hell's gonna kill the mountain, dude.
I mean
There's no way.
that sounds so heroic. That sounds
Fuck
too.
that.
That
Yeah,
sounds
it's
too
not
like.
I think
Dude, the
Clegane
mountain
Bowl's
is a
gonna happen,
monster now, dude. He's
A literal monster.
If
Dude,
Clegane
Ball! The only person that can take out that
It makes
monster
no
is fucking
sense
Sandor
logistically. She
Clegane.
can't be there.
Or Sandor Clegane does take out the mountain and then Arya
Arya
takes
kills.
out
That's
Sandor.
right, predicted.
But why would she
I-
be in the King's Landing when she's going to
I don't know.
Winterfell? Like that doesn't work logistically.
Man, you
We
never
don't know where
where
she's
it's
going.
And we don't know where
Appa.
Clegane Bowl technically went.
Appa Trump's ghost.
I would just like to point out that Arya can wear whoever face she fucking wants.
So she can.
So she can find a big boy in Westeros and wear his
A
face
big boy.
and kill Clegane.
So she can like. Oh, so what if? What if that's it? What if? Oh, I guess she can't make herself.
Does
look
she
like
need
the
to kill
Hound unless she
Mountain?
kills the Hound?
But she could, couldn't she?
But
Could she just kill the Hound?
She would have to wear
Kill the
his
Hound
face.
and then look like the Hound and then murder the Mountain.
But we've seen Jack and Hagar wear Arya's face before, so they don't need to be dead,
Yeah,
right?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, if she knew how to do that, if she knew that voodoo and she was the fucking Hound versus the Mountain, that's like next. Like I don't know how.
I don't think
Man, I would
it'd
be
like
okay with
though.
that though, man. I would rather see Sandor Clegane fucking go at it with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would rather see
man.
genuine
He
Clegane Bowl.
needs his
I take
revenge, dude. Fuck
And
that.
Arya
It's
is
been building up since we saw
I
it.
know,
We saw,
man.
look, and on
Just
top of that, like,
split.
I love the Hound. The Hound is a cool dude, but one, we have seen him get his ass handed to
The Hound
him
is
on
weird,
multiple
right?
occasions.
But the Hound in the season 1 where, you know...
Oh, I'm talking about when Brienne beat his ass.
Brienne
Well,
beat that,
okay,
but
now
he did beat
Brienne-
Barrack. He
no,
beat Barrack.
Brienne is
Yeah.
no,
Listen,
something different.
no,
though,
I'm-
But,
man.
but what I'm saying though is, if Brienne beat his ass, then how is he gonna beat the Mountain?
It's probably Brienne can beat the
Brienne
mountain.
might be
too.
able to beat.
She's one fucking
Feminist trigger.
Are you kidding me?
He just laughed at
Brienne
the
Tarth
mere
is-
possibility.
Brienne Tarth is a force to be reckoned with, dude, and she proved it, has proved it over and
okay.
over and over again.
I'm not
dude.
saying that she's
So
down
dude,
for
Do
it.
you know the crazy right wing conservative versus liberal feminism like arguments there were after Brienne beat the Hound? People were like, there's no fucking way that should have been possible.
For real?
Yeah, people were shitty. I was like,
What?
dude, it was awesome. That was like the fucking awesome fight.
That was a fucking drag out
That was
knuckle
such
buster,
a
bro.
great fight.
If it was a skinny girl, like that would have
Dude,
been
she
different.
was
But
a-
like she can take
Yeah.
it.
Brienne Tarth is a
Yeah.
skilled fighter, dude. You
Muscle.
kidding me?
I know. Look,
In the end, the
She's
conservatives
so
said, well, if the Hound didn't have his infected bitten off ear and he was a little fucked up at full health, he would have beaten her.
No.
if his health bar was all the way up.
Dude, Brienne Tarth is like.
All right, bro
It's
flakes.
like, yeah, and, I'm sorry, this is just an argument to it.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali was a small guy.
She,
Just saying.
Who's that?
Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
Why are you hitting me?
The boxer.
Oh my god.
He's just joking.
Shut up, Chris.
Oh yeah, okay. So Brienne beat Clegane, but in season 1 during that festival when the mountain got all pissed off and he
cut his horse's head off.
Yeah, and then
The training for the hand.
Sandor stopped because like this king was like stop, but like in that moment I feel like they were kind of portraying Sandor to be the better swordsman. So I want to see a genuine Clegane Bowl.
I really dig it.
This just reminds me of like I don't know why it reminded me of. It reminded me of Pokemon, like when Raichu fought with Pikachu, and it's like Raichu's a bigger one, but he can't run fast, so. I don't know why it just reminded me of that.
That's interesting.
Pikachu fighting Raichu.
So I really think that when the Hound was just like kind of hanging out and doing Hound stuff and totally not dead, like all that was really interesting stuff. He was like, yeah. Wasn't that Mr. Wednesday? He was building a fucking house with
McShane.
And he was like,
I
yeah, I'm
have a
building
funny
this out.
story
Like,
about him after this.
I'm really trying to, like, you know, do my thing. Like, you know, he has an interesting life, and he is, quote unquote, a good guy. He's not always a good guy. I mean, didn't he slap the shit out of Sansa or something? Anyway, he's a decent person when sometimes he also murdered a whole house full of people for chicken. So what I'm saying is he's an interesting guy to watch. So I kind of do want to see how his story plays out. I do want to know if he's going to get any redemption. I do want to know if he's actually going to die or not. Or maybe he'll just link back up with Arya and they'll just have adventures.
They kept him alive for a reason.
Hound has like the best one-liners, man. He's like,
I'm gonna have to eat
Any
every
more
fucking
words come
chicken.
pouring out of your cunt mouth. I'm going to have to eat every fucking chicken in this room.
That's probably my favorite line in the entire show.
Ian Fucking McShane, the guy, Ian McShane, who nursed the Hound back to health, in an interview, I guess leading up to season 6. Like I read this, like he had spoiled, like you know the cast has to be really tight-lipped about spoilers, and like they signed these agreements not to say anything. I guess Ian McShane don't know, he was guest star in one episode of HBO. You know, he'd done Deadwood, and he gives no fucks. He was on a radio show. He's like, yeah, my character houses a fan favorite character, like the Hound back from the dead or whatever. and like everyone was like, are you allowed to say that? He's like, oh, I think it should be fine. So he got a bunch of backlash. And then when people like asked him about the backlash, he's like, oh Jesus Christ, why does everyone make such a fucking big deal out of it? It's just tits and dragons.
Yeah.
Mr. Wednesday, it's hilarious.
Oh my god. Dude, Sandor Clegane's come a long way since Hot Fuzz was the
So
first.
Yeah. Yarp.
First thing I ever saw.
Wait, he's in Hot Fuzz?
He's a big dude.
Yarp.
Yarp.
I did not know that.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I did not know that.
Where's my phone?
Look it up.
Mind blown.
Wait, you didn't know that?
I just
No.
I just developed a theory in my brain about Arya. That what if she's dead actually?
Dead?
What if she's actually dead?
And somebody's wearing her face.
That's
that would
No,
be
but
fucked.
it would actually make sense because
No, because
if
she went to
she-
Frey and killed him and stuff.
but like she might be like actual Arya is dead, but this is like her body and there's like a killer, you know? It's
Well, why
would she kill Frey then?
Yeah, why would they bother?
because
getting
no,
so
because
viciously-
it is
hasn't
somewhat
happened.
still her.
Oh my god.
But it would explain that like the entire thing with with wife, the battle that they had,
Yeah.
and then her just being able to travel so fast
Nah.
and go to places and just because Lady Stoneheart's dead. Jon
So-
Snow died as well.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
so
So you're saying like brother, her like
so maybe because she's now her face, and you said the thing with the faces, and then I started thinking, so can they actually take a face of someone who's not dead? Can they actually do that? Because they took Arya's face.
I don't remember seeing him in Arya's face. Where have I seen him?
Arya's face was taken.
It happened one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might have just been a one-time thing, just to like for the trippiness of the scene.
Why would
But
I just need to learn.
That would be cool, but then the whole Frey thing.
I just need to
Yeah.
learn whether
Sorry.
faces of undead people can.
Can I see what you do? As a brief aside, not to super backtrack, but also we forgot about when we're talking about religions that the faceless got like you can wear someone's face. Like if you can do that, you're like, this is a form of magic that I kind of fucks with. I think I'm
If I saw a man come back to life and I saw somebody's face get taken, I'd be like, I am fucked up now. Like
whose side do I take? Can I do both?
But you've also seen Night's King resurrect people. You've also seen Bran get visions from the werewolf.
I know.
god.
No, that's why. No, see, luckily no one has seen all those things. Because if someone has seen them all, they're like, what's religion? Are you just got like a coexisting?
We're not really there, but I think you should talk about Old Town now.
yeah. Let's go to Old Town.
Out of town.
Oh, I just have one quick thing about Sam. Good old Samuel Tarly,
And
because
Giddy.
And the old
I
in and
fucking
out.
love Samuel Tarly.
I mean, this guy is just your
I think he's
good
gonna
guy,
die.
amazing, just smart, nubby dude, basically. Like
Nubby dude.
nubby dude.
You'd be a neckbeard if you were
I
a
think
dude.
he's gonna
Love
die.
you.
He's not gonna die,
He's gonna
actually.
die.
Actually,
I think
Naheed,
he's gonna die.
he's gonna come in with a plot twist in the show
I think he's gonna
with
die.
some new information to help kill the White Walkers or something.
Yeah.
Some poor information. He's just
He
gonna
gonna
be like,
die.
"Hey, it's Sam. I have something I just discovered
He gonna
from
die.
the fucking books
he
and
was
shit."
he was at the lab
Can I-
after.
Yeah.
He's gonna
It's
come.
gonna be the.
He gonna
knows
die.
the most.
Yep, he's gonna come.
So-
He's gonna
No, he
come.
also
He's gonna come with some
and
he
cool
also has a
information.
sword.
Yeah, he also
Good
has
old
a sword.
Sam.
He's
He
got
also
Hearts.
has
Bane.
Heartsbane.
So now that you guys have been to Wang Xing Tong's library, the Citadel kind of reminds me of that, right?
He does. That's what people said. Like, it reminded me of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does actually.
I think, and honestly, what's funny? If you maybe they're based off of each other, but the Citadel and Skyrim is kind of super far away and shit too. It feels like anyway. I hope that Sam learns something like really fucking dope. I like that Gilly's there with him. I hope that she starts to play more of a point other than young breeder, because she ain't doing shit and she's just kind of in the way.
She ain't, fam. She ain't, man.
And I
She
want her to
ain't
do some
wait.
shit. She just
Yeah, she's
I want her to, like-
kind of just like there. But I have a weird theory about Gilly.
Oh,
Sorry.
So I was done. I guess.
I'm sorry.
No. I actually ran out of stuff to say, so I'm glad.
Okay. So that's why I'm like, why the fuck are they keeping this character around? It's gotta be important for
just
some
Sam.
reason. She has a baby that is one of Craster's sons,
Yeah.
who are the White Walker generals. So like,
Oh.
I don't know if her blood or the baby's blood or something. If there's something there. I have no
Wait,
idea,
wait,
but
wait.
like, does that, you know what I
No,
mean?
no,
Like, what,
or
all
maybe-
Craster's sons were donated to the White Walkers, and they turned their eyes blue, and they became the
But-
White Walker
Oh,
generals.
He never got donated though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like,
But he had-
so like he exists like
Like, that was
like as amongst his brothers.
like
as
a
a
Yeah.
human.
So what you're
He's
saying
unlocked.
is that you don't know if it's because of Craster's blood or anything particular. Like it might be something special about that baby, and at least considering that according to his lineage and everywhere else that his family had been, that he was destined to become a fucking general of the White Walkers. But now,
Yeah, like all
he's
of his
on-
brothers are White Walkers.
Yeah,
but he's
But
the only one
only
that's
if they're
human.
trained though, are the White Walkers, even if they're not like
and
taken
that's why we
and
want to see the
like,
White
them.
Walker training hub.
Well, yeah, all the sons were donated. Every son was donated. Every
And they
son
were
was put there.
sacrificed.
No, they weren't sacrificed. He fingered them
Yeah.
in the cheek,
There you
and
go.
then their eyes turned blue.
So I think
So the only thing is like I don't know, there might be something special about it because the whole story is different in the books and they didn't take that route, so and they're still keeping them around, so they might be improving. But then again, the kid is just a kid. Because I think
Yeah, like
that
how much
Samuel
older is
is
he?
just getting trained to be a maester. And because the Night Watch need a maester, but I just hope that he gets his training done soon enough that he can go back. I want him to be
Well,
back
you-
in Winterfell as a maester, not as
You don't think he's gonna learn anything profound at the old library? You don't think,
he will.
did you just think the Maester is like that's it for him?
No, I think he will learn profound, but I think he also wants to go to a master training. The reason why he's there, I think he's gonna have that conflict. Like, do I take this information back there now, or do I actually complete my training and to be a maester?
Right.
He kind of does already have a profound theory. It's just
Yeah.
Valerian steel and dragon glass, and he told them. I don't know what else profound theory he's gonna have.
maybe
as well.
he'll have an
I don't
entire
know.
sword.
There's got to be
made
something
out of
else, man. There's got to be something.
No, he's gonna come.
Oh,
in.
maybe
But
he'll
he-
know
but
something
he's
with
got
the
super-
But
horn.
he has Heartsbane, so that needs to get into the right hands.
I just feel like somehow he'll be the one to tell John about his lineage.
Exactly.
I don't know
that's
how
what I'm
he
trying
would
to
learn
He'll
that.
read
How-
it in a
yeah.
I don't
book.
know how he would learn that in the
And
library.
that baby
though.
became to be Jon
But you never
Snow.
know
Yeah.
though.
Like, why
it's
would the library
something-
have-
But is that a profound thing that he's like, oh my god, I have to go tell him now, right
Nah.
now, and then they.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know that he's been dead yet either. That'll be fine.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know.
So-
Maybe.
Oh,
He
maybe,
can
maybe,
act.
hey, maybe in the library, maybe he finds out something about the lands of Always Winter.
Maybe.
I can't wait for that first John and Sam conversation.
Oh
It's
my
like, what have you been
God.
up to? It's like,
That was
So I
dead.
died.
Where's Ollie?
It's like,
killed him.
I hung that motherfucker.
Oh.
He killed me, I killed him.
Maybe the Citadel just has like classified information and they just know about it,
Yeah,
about
they
the
just-
parentage, but they just classified it as this can't go public.
But
They have
because
little wolves that
you
go out
know,
and get the information for him.
remember the book that Ned Stark found out that all the Robert's kids were in Roberts? I
Yeah.
wonder if they have that kept for Targaryen as well in
But
Citadel.
that's like, but John doesn't look like a Targaryen though.
But
Um,
it doesn't. But like he
it
could
was
still
like
like
Stark.
he could read
Yeah.
it and be like, oh, they had they had a kid.
Well,
this
nobody knows
little
that. Like as soon as that kid was
Someone
born,
just tell
he
me
was
if this
there.
is a stupid
skit idea real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jerry Springer, Jon Snow, who's the father,
Yeah.
Rhaegar Targaryen, like kind of like.
That'll be funny.
Oh,
It's like that. Where he's like, it's my baby, and it's just not. And then fucking dance off that.
It's like, no!
This was also a funny idea for a skit. It's you guys were talking about the White Walkers, and it's the White Walker command, and he's like, "You little puddles of shit! You're nothing to me. You are all frozen turds in the ice. When you come to it's like training camp. He's like a boot camp. He's like, when you come here, we melt you down and build you back up as a perfect ice sculpture warrior for killing. Are you with me?" And they're all like teenagers, and they're like, "Hurrah!"
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
Little
I
ice
wish we
warrior
could do
types.
that.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
want to see the White Walker
Right?
training camp.
Yeah.
Kill and destroy.
And that sound like little kids. Like,
One of them playing with flour, and he's like, you better pay attention before I turn you into a puddle."
Oh my god. That's hilarious. Alright, are we done with the Old Town?
we're done with Old Town. Let's talk about
King's Landing?
King's
Why
Landing?
don't we talk about Dragonstone first?
Yeah.
Oh,
Daenerys' plan.
Daenerys' plan is to roll up into fucking Dragonstone and chill the fuck out. That's King's Landing.
That's
man.
King's Landing.
Yeah, but how would she attack this place if she?
I'm gonna go for the. Oh no, the castle's got a lot of rock. Oh, the gates.
Yeah.
The Mud Gate is where Tyrion attacked. That's
I know.
around here
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well, hold on. She's got a whole entire
She's got a
fleet,
dragon, dude. She's gonna fucking do it over.
Here,
like,
you-
she's gonna
But
fly
she-
in.
but
Hold on.
they
Oh, yeah.
have to come in somehow. The army.
Look,
Dude,
look.
she's gonna fucking.
Right here.
She's
Yeah.
gonna fly in, break that fucking gate.
She's gonna come in through the Iron Gate. Honest to God, she could just like burn the
Yeah.
city.
Exactly what she's gonna do.
Let-
She's gonna come in and
fucking
burn that
fly
city
in,
down,
burn it all
and
down.
send all her whole Dothraki
I
horde
mean,
in
the
there.
army
If you
still
burn the city down, the
She's
people
got
that live there will hate
yeah,
you.
she's
Oh,
got
yeah,
a
true.
Dothraki horde with her, and they need space right here.
Yeah.
They have no
Yeah, dude,
space
she's gonna
there.
like have an opening. She's gonna bring her dragons in. They're gonna fucking do
So,
some like reconnaissance,
which way is that?
take out a fucking tower or two, open
north?
up a gate,
So
and then
check
she's gonna let the
this.
Dothraki horde in there. They're
No,
gonna
no,
rape
it's
and
north.
pillage.
Dothraki. Oh.
So listen.
We're gonna see a lot of
Alright.
rapes. A lot of rapes.
I don't think the fight's gonna come to King's Landing.
Jesus.
So,
Can I? No, you're fine. I don't think the fight's gonna come close to King's Landing. It might be outside of King's
Casterly
Landing
Rock.
until or Castle Rock,
Oh,
and
yeah.
one of them's gonna win because if they have the fight in King's Landing and Daenerys wants to be the queen,
Yeah.
you can't burn down their
Well,
houses.
Yeah,
that's
but
true.
here's a good point too, though. Honest to
So-
God, if I was Danny, even though I wouldn't be attacking the Red Keep, I would fly a fucking dragon over that bitch.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Like,
dude.
like,
Hannah,
launch it down.
Jared,
and real
everybody
quick,
knows.
because you just said it, real quick, when the vision that Brand had, Valerian, the original dragon from
Yeah.
Aegon the Conqueror, like his whole shadow covered the Red Keep.
Yeah.
And if Drogon is getting that size, that's how fucking big he is.
Like he'll just fly over and roast it.
So,
A lot of rapes.
I know we keep talking about a fleet and as though there's going to be an aquatic attack, but I'm thinking she's going to land somewhere else. She's probably going to want to get her Dothraki off of that boat.
Yeah.
as
She's
I think
quickly
she'll
as
land in
possible.
Dragonstone first.
She's gonna
Yeah.
flank
And-
with Dragonstone.
So I think that she's definitely going to become from somewhere up here. The dragons, though, it would make the most sense to just fly up and burn this bitch to the ground.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be better to have multiple attack points?
Well, yeah, no, it would. I mean,
That's
but
why I was
that's
thinking
exactly it, though. She's got
Probably.
land, air, and water. She's the only person who can literally bring fucking hell from above and all other sides. She has the best bet to win any fucking war because she's got the air as well,
Yeah, pretty much,
and you
bro.
cannot defend against
Bro.
that.
Also,
She's gonna fuck everything up, man.
the remnants of all the not all the Targaryens, but also the dragons are in the Red Keep or under the Red Keep. She will not want to destroy that.
Can we? So, how about we just talk about
Does she,
King's
like,
Landing?
know
How about we just
they're
talk
there?
about
Yeah.
Daenerys
That's
and
like a
Cersei?
known
Just
thing.
Yeah.
everything.
I-
Dragonstone
I
also.
think-
I wrote some slash
think-
fiction for that.
I think what's gonna end up happening, which is gonna be really crazy. I think Daenerys is gonna make. I think she's gonna make somebody kneel, and I think it's gonna be Cersei. I think she's gonna make Cersei kneel.
Nah, Cersei's gonna die.
Yeah, Cersei will die.
Either she's
before
gonna
she
die or
does.
somebody's gonna fucking
Cersei-
kneel.
Cersei
man.
doesn't even kneel in front of her husband. Get out of here.
Yeah,
I think it
so
makes
I
sense
have
to
a
kneel.
theory about
you back, please. You're blocking me.
Because she's gonna fucking come in. She's
Thank
gonna.
you.
She's gonna come in. She's gonna fucking. Like you said, I think you're right. I think she's gonna fucking attack Castle Rock first, and then the Dothrax are gonna go and they're gonna rape all those women, dude.
God
You're
damn,
really
bro.
stuck on
what the hell?
Daenerys is the queen. Like,
She
no,
is.
they
She's not
cannot
gonna let
do
that
that.
happen.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
She's
they're
not gonna be okay with
She
that.
spared
Nobody should
Mary
be
fucking
okay with that.
Mazdur and gave birth to a lizard baby.
But whatever. I think the Dothrax are gonna go. They're gonna fucking terrorize. They're not gonna. They're gonna pillage.
Listen. The Dothraki.
Listen, Linda.
The Dothraki are better in an open field, bro.
And that's where they're
They're
gonna go.
horse
Castle
lords.
Rock
They're not
first,
good
dude.
at You saw how they worked in Marine. They're
No,
getting
I'm
fucked
talking
by the
about-
Sons of the Harpy. They're not
Yeah.
gonna.
Oh, but that's
rush
what
them.
the Unsullied are
I'm
for.
talking about Castle Rock.
Unsullied,
They're gonna attack Castle Rock
Even
first.
though the Unsullied were getting fucked at.
Yeah, but Unsullied though, the Unsullied and the Second Sons, they just come through the city because that's what they do.
Yeah.
They're used to doing that shit over in Essos, bro. They'll come through and they'll be fucking
So I
tactical.
want to talk about Jaime Lannister running through the field of fire in the trailer.
Yeah.
Because
God.
let me give you guys a little dose of Westerosi history. I haven't read the books, but I sure as shit know my lore.
All
There
right,
was
bro.
an event called the Field of Fire when Aegon the Conqueror first came to Westeros with his 3 dragons. Originally, the Reach was a House Gardner and House what is Marjorie Tyrell? There was the Tyrells and the Gardeners. They were the Reach. There was the
Highgarden.
beautiful High Garden.
Mhm.
So the Gardeners were in command, and they they put fucking 80,000 of their troops out on the field to meet Daenerys. And what did she do? Not Daenerys, Aegon. For the first time ever, Aegon brought all 3 of his dragons in one spot, and he roasted all 80,000. It was just like a field of fire. They just killed everybody, and then the Tyrells lay down their arms, and they became the new leaders of the Reach. So it's cool. There used to be gardeners, and they're all dead.
So just like their fucking reigns.
Yeah.
So-
So it's just it's just a little bit of history for you.
Yeah.
That's what I think they're repeating when Jaime Lannister was riding
Yeah.
through, and the fucking fire everywhere in the
Can I
fields.
see? I said previously that it would be really good poetic justice if just like how they fucking ruined the reigns. If Danny was like, I'm about to go and just burn every single piece of Lannister ever, your whole entire fucking gold, I'm about to melt that shit down and make it a fucking hunk and leave it in the grass like a fucking gold turd. If she just brought to the Lannisters what they've been bringing to everyone else, and because Jaime always wants to go home, right? Isn't Jaime the one who always wants to go home?
I don't think so.
Didn't Jaime? No.
Yeah.
Who always
Yes.
wants- yeah, right. So Jaime finally getting to go back to his home, and Daenerys just set that motherfucker to ash. And it's just him running back there, and he's just damn.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, yeah, because
That would be
we definitely saw Lannister shields and warriors in the trailer. So.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a
I have a
fight.
theory for the Lannister siblings. Go
Yo.
ahead.
They're gonna keep doing it.
Oh, Jaime. Yeah.
I think.
No.
I think so too.
I think as an old prediction or whatever, he's gonna kill, or maybe it wasn't a prediction. Sorry, I might be wrong actually. Anyway, Jaime's gonna kill Cersei. He's gonna come back, kill Cersei, but before she
prophecy.
dies,
I think so,
prophecy. Before she dies, though, she is gonna, cause she lost her kids, she's losing everything, and to just stick one last thing into her, she's gonna see Tyrion by Daenerys' side, and that's when she's gonna die. And after that, Jaime's gonna off himself too, probably.
You think so? But you think Jaime's Jaime would kill her?
Because
I
he
think.
loves her so much, he's about to kill her and live on. Come on, their
I
kids
He's
are
such a
dead.
warrior, though.
I
Their
think-
kids are dead.
Okay.
He just killed the love of his life. Fuck all this shit.
I
I'm
think
killing
he's gonna-
myself
yeah.
too.
No, I don't think Jamie's gonna go out. Jamie's gonna have this big.
No,
reunion. I
dude.
feel like Jamie's gonna have this reunion with Brienne here soon, and that's gonna be really interesting because it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be really
She might
crazy.
convince him not to, but he's
It's
still
gonna be
do
really
it.
crazy to see whose side he goes on at that point because, of course, obviously he has loyalty to his family,
Yeah.
but then he has Brienne right there. You know what I mean? This mate of his. I mean, I don't know what they're really good friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That they did all this crazy shit with. He's gonna be really hard for him to decide, and who knows, man? I hope they don't have to duke it out. That would suck dick. But then it'd be really cool.
He already kind of refused her last season.
Yeah.
I think we're really forgetting all the high points and the really, really important things like, what's Bronn up to? Doesn't my guy have a castle and a wife he's not that into who he's gonna murder so he can fuck her sister?
Lolly Stoke.
And now he's drugged back into some more and shit. He's probably begrudgingly hanging out the Lannisters.
Oh, no, he was with James.
Yeah,
Remember when we
he was
paused
sitting on the
trailer
horse, and I
he
bet
was
he's just
at-
bitching and talking shit. No, he's just like, I just want to whore around. And
I just can't
burn
wait to hear Bronn's one-liners when Daenerys fucks up Jaime's army. He's like, "You ready to go now?" I was like, "Should we go back?" We're not. This is not. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he'll bail. He will bail at the first sight. As soon as shit's to her, he's like, "You're not paying me enough. I have a house to
I
go
want
to,
to
please."
dude. Everybody's about to react to dragons. I want to see what.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be it's all been a myth to them. You know what I mean? I remember a season one when they were talking about think about White Walkers and all these myth tales above the wall. This is all just lore to them. Now it's really coming and it's right to the
Yeah.
doorstep.
remember
It's gonna be
Tyrion's
great.
expression
I
when
just-
he
yes.
flew across?
Yes.
When those little baby dragons hatched at the end of season 1, I just never expected
Yeah.
us to be at full-scale war like this.
Like burning down boats.
I was like, they'll never get there. That sounds cool and stuff, but surely the show can't do that.
even when she
But, holy.
when those other people are finally attacking Marine, and she just like flies up with the dragon, and they're just like, "What are you gonna do?" And she's like, "I rolled over on the dragon, motherfucker. You guys are about to surrender in about 5 seconds before I fucking introduce you to hell personally." The fucking gate's in his mouth, and he's just sitting back there
Fucking
like,
Battle of the Bastards, like we thought it was gonna be all in the north,
Yeah.
and like the first 15-20 minutes was Daenerys fucking shit up. And
yeah, it's just like
crazy.
you can talk so much shit when you have a dragon. You say whatever you want to anybody, and just be like, "Excuse me," like.
I have a dragon.
Or that one dude, he's like, "You promised me I'd be able to go." She's like, "I said that. I don't care till his dragons what the fucking do." Like,
What do you guys think about the 3 dragon riders?
Those
Do you think
red
that's a
eyes.
legit thing?
Yeah,
I think
so.
Oh yeah, I think.
Like the dragon has 3 heads or whatever.
I predicted before. I think that Tyrion's one of the fucking one of the riders of the dragons because they foreshadowed it before.
They did show him getting
Yeah,
along.
and then I think it's gonna be Jon's the other guy that's gonna be.
But how would Jon Snow just get along with one of the dragons?
I think.
I mean, I think it's a blood thing, man.
A
I
secret
really,
Dothraki.
just
Blood.
come together.
I think it's a Targaryen blood thing, man. I really
I
think
think-
so. I think the blood has something to do with the dragons, you know.
And then
I
you
like
say
to think,
Tyrion is Targaryen.
You know what? Yes, I do because there's been that big theory and that big. I mean, it's that
yeah.
That's a
that
stretch
the
where
Mad
it could
King
be.
fucked around and fucked his
Yeah.
mom, dude, and
that's why he was a dwarf.
Yeah, that's why he was hated so much.
so hated. You
I've
know what I
never
mean?
heard that before.
It's
Yeah.
that's
Apparently, Mad King had a crush on Joanna Lannister, and
Put it to
people
her.
just thought like maybe he raped her one time when Tywin wasn't around or something.
and like
But
think
there's
about
no,
it,
there's
is
no
he,
concrete.
he like and like 'cause
evidence
he
for
treated Tywin like shit, man. From what I've
But he's
heard.
always had an obsession with dragons, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so, like it kind of I don't know.
It would
But
make
if
it would
he
make
was-
sense.
A bastard, he would not be treated like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But maybe Tywin didn't want
Tywin
people
did-
to know that he
Yeah,
was
man,
bastard.
Tywin has a lot
And
of
he
so
didn't
that
want to kill him
because
because
he
he
would
has a
have a
little bit of
last
nice
name.
things.
Tywin has
Exactly. So he has a
Tywin
begrudgingly
has zero
with
rights.
him.
Tywin has a reputation to hold. You know what I mean? He's all about having his family name be the way
Yeah.
it's supposed to be.
He
Even,
wouldn't have
he's
Tyrion
even put
something.
it to the point knowing that his two siblings,
Kids.
have been like fucking around him. He's kept that shit hush.
I think
he
he
would
just has some
definitely keep that
severe
other shit hush.
cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
Who?
Fucking Tywin.
Yeah. Can I real quick? If I know we're diving a little bit deep, but have you heard the reverse theory of that?
What is it?
That if Joanna Lannister did get raped by the Mad King, that Jaime and Cersei are actually the offspring of the Mad King
because they're
they have the
incestuous
incest
and
bug,
crazy.
and Tyrion is actually the son of Tywin, which
Wait,
makes it
what?
even more
What?
upsetting
What?
because Tywin's like, "You're no son of mine."
Maybe he's
fuck
like the
that.
real one.
Yeah.
So
Cool too.
Um,
we're
suck.
diving deep on weird theories. You book readers, did you guys ever get into that Varys is a mermaid theory?
Shut the fuck
Oh my
up.
life! I swear on my life.
What?
That's a real thing.
Shut
That's
the fuck
no.
up.
I swear. Look, hold on.
What?
Somebody look it up on the
Explain.
phone.
Oh
Varys
So
is-
look in the book.
Varys is a
Where's
In the
Varys?
book-
We haven't talked about Varys.
In the book, they have
Merman?
hinted at.
Daenerys.
I haven't. Thank you for looking it up. I'll send you guys a link to the thing that I watched, and it's not like
Here.
it's just like things in a book like that they haven't brought up, and it's like apparently someone was like Tywin might have been a secret vampire. Like there's all sorts of dumb shit like that that you can read in the book if you're reading the subtext. But here, I'm gonna read it off. All right, this isn't long, is it?
I don't know.
I'm gonna read the first paragraph.
Man, I can't wait for our discussion.
George R. R. Martin fans theory
I love
corner.
it.
Varys that Varys is a merman.
Let's just
Really.
say it now.
George R. R. Martin, Song of Ice and Fire. Varys is King Landing's most decorated spy man. I'm not reading this whole fucking thing. Anyway, read it. Look into it. People think that Varys is a merman, and it's kind of funny and hilarious. And
Is
hopefully-
that why he's like go from one place to the other?
Yeah, because
so
they
fast?
said that. They said that they do like, and they said that like in the books, like they said that he's kind of
He's
slimy.
just like murmur. Like,
They say that he's really quiet when he walks up. Apparently, you can't hear a mermaid on land or some dumb shit. Like, look at it. It's a real theory. It's something that maybe George R. R. Martin was just writing in the background, like
There's-
always in the back of his head. Yeah,
there-
motherfucker's a mermaid.
There's another one about the children in the forest, like have secret underground tunnels, like all the way through Westeros.
Yeah.
And that like Littlefinger uses it because he's able to just get around so
Yeah.
fucking quick. Like, oh, I'm in King's Landing now. I'm in fucking Winterfell. I'm like, should we?
Makes sense.
Like it took like 4
Oh my
episodes in the
God.
first season.
Makes sense.
Google.
Varys is a Blackfire. That's it. I like that theory.
What the hell's a Blackfire?
Oh,
Bastard
he's a-
Targaryen.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
that'd be-
So, guys, let's wrap it up by
Yes.
everybody going around and saying one character they want to die this season.
Oh, nice.
Man,
Oh.
you guys go first. I don't know.
I got the wolf.
Oh.
So what's the boy, the titty milk boy, Sweet Aaron?
Oh, Sweet
Robin.
Robin.
Sweet Robin. I want to see him stabbed to death. I want to see
Sit
him
on the moon door.
Yeah, I want to see him say something dumb to like somebody finally, and they're just like, "Fuck you, kid." Just like blah blah blah.
No one will ever know.
You know, like, she's like, man,
toss him out
and in the most unceremonious way possible.
Are we gonna even see him? Like, who's
I know, right?
there?
Well, I just like maybe it's Baelish. Maybe just like Uncle Baelish, you're not letting me have any fun. She's like, oh my fuck. He like dies in the background. Just kidding. I want to see. Yep, that's what I want.
Oh my god.
With the fucking
Right?
cat's
Yeah.
paw.
The cat's paw.
At first, I wanted to say
That's hilarious, right?
LP Littlefinger. No, LP.
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 Little
Peter. Peter Finger. Peter
Finger.
That's what I meant
Peter
to say.
Finger.
But I like having him around. So I'm going to go ahead and say I really want to see the mountain die.
Cersei.
So I think Cersei should die, but I don't want her dead
Mhm.
because she's actually kind of fun now having her around.
think she.
But it's not gonna step down for Daenerys, so she
Yeah.
I think she gonna like kill herself or like she gonna go fighting and not be.
Well, she'll try to punch a dragon.
Yeah, she's not gonna kneel like Tywin. Like she's not gonna go down.
She won't have.
Oh, honest to God, we really haven't seen one main character burned to death by the dragons. She might be the first one. She might stand up to a dragon in some boss bitch fashion and just get melted.
I think Daenerys would do that, but But
Yeah, Daenerys will just be like, no, for Christ.
I want Euron to die.
Yeah.
I feel like he could die too. Yeah.
Euron.
Yeah.
we
And
spent
no one would
no
really care.
time on
Euron
that.
could get it.
And he built some ships. You know, he's gonna
Came back in the night,
Cersei.
killed a man,
Oh,
built some ships.
Okay, then that was that.
Honor.
The Dornish lady.
Yeah,
That
saying.
killed Marcella.
Hilarious on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you want her to die? She's
Oh
so
yeah,
hot.
she gonna die. She gonna die.
Oh yeah, Dorn.
I just want her to die.
Cersei will get revenge for
Oh, what's
Marcella's
her
death.
name?
What's her
will
name
def-
again?
Cersei, Ilaria Sand.
Ilaria.
I always think
Ilaria.
Ilya, but I'm like, no, that was
Ilya.
his sister.
Ellaria.
Was there Elia? Maybe not.
Whoa.
Elia.
There was-
Elia was
Search for-
Ellaria, Obara, and
Anar?
no.
Elia was Rhaegar's wife that the mountain raped and killed.
Split her in half with his big sword.
Yeah.
Whoa.
her.
Is
You
that
killed
like
her.
sexual subtext?
Yeah, bro.
It might be.
So hey, I already said Littlefinger, and I do agree Cersei because I just think this is just her last season. This
Yeah,
must be
she-
like her like Lena Headey is so great, and I think it'll
Yeah.
be great. So I'll go a little bit different and say Euron. Also, we didn't talk about like there was like a naval battle in the trailer, so there's
Yeah.
gonna be some naval battle. We didn't get to talk about it, but this was long enough as it is. I think Tormund is gonna bite it because we know Jon's going up there, and Tormund's his
Yeah.
boy. Tormund's always gone up there with the Release of Hardhome. And with Battle of the Bastard, I think Tormund's going.
I should.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need one Tormund and Brienne moment.
Yeah.
Like, nothing will beat that moment when she rode in on that horse and he just looked at
Right.
her and his mouth dropped.
It was so
Yeah, that's a
good. I
woman.
want that more.
Hey, can I say who I want to die and one thing I hope to happen? Also, possibly? Can I say who I want to die and then
Just
can I
say
say
it.
one thing I hope to happen?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I really want fucking Sansa to die because fucking she's annoying as shit. She always fucks up somehow, some way. She's gonna fuck shit up for Jon, and she's gonna fucking.
I'm sorry, she
She's
saved
gonna go
John's
back.
ass.
She could have saved him in a lot of other ways. That was very stupid and very dumb. I'm glad she did come in through the clutch to help him out, but still, she was being a dumb. I'm not gonna say it.
Fuck it, say it. It's already implied, man. Let it bite.
Yeah.
No filter, bro.
And yeah, dude, I think she just needs to go. I hope
You
she
need
goes.
to go.
And one thing I really hope happens, I hope some Baratheons come through and Gendry, they find out where he's
I don't care if he comes
Gendry!
back and
Yeah.
his biceps just. Oh yeah,
And then Rowan-
Gendry, what have you been doing?
season.
It really hurts my heart, man. The Baratheon boys got it the worst, and I really feel like that something needs to be around. And I hope Gendry comes back and the Baratheons.
Yeah,
can
with
get
the
another-
bull helmet, they were
Yeah,
like.
fuck it.
Yeah.
They get another chance, man.
They were the four major houses.
God
I
damn
can't
it.
imagine the Baratheons
They
dying
put a
out.
lot
Yeah.
of importance on his.
They're on the
The Baratheon
ground.
boys, man,
They're
they
on
had
like
it the worst,
the box
dude.
and shit.
Yeah.
Man, you know what's crazy though? It's just that Robert Baratheon was such a terrible king. He was like absolutely
Great fighter.
He was one of the
Terrific.
best fighters on the
King.
fucking.
Before he
he
was-
But
he
he was
was the strongest fighter in all Westeros.
Before-
Period.
man with that hammer. God, I was strong.
You couldn't
God,
fuck with
I
him,
was
dude.
strong.
You couldn't fuck
Caved
with
his chest in
man.
and shit himself.
Wow.
Dude, he had the best.
He did, man. He was just
And
fun to
you
watch.
know what?
Like Kings or Queens. Where's that guy at?
If Gendry could come back all strong and shit, like his father, hopefully, you know what I mean, with
Yeah.
the fucking hammer, that'd be dope as fuck.
He's in A Knight's Tale. Too, isn't
Henry?
he? No, Robert
Mark
Baratheon.
Addy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's the
yeah.
fat friend.
Yeah, man. real talk. Can I just like go to a Renaissance fair and just hang around that motherfucker? Like just be there.
I want to make the
I
eight with
would,
Robert
man.
Baratheon.
Right? Oh, you
Call
gotta
it
make the
making the
eight.
eight.
God, hell yeah! Right? That sounds so fun.
Once you fuck one girl from each of the 7 kingdoms and one in the Riverlands.
Make the
Making the
eight.
eight.
Like he was such a bro. Like
Can we have a spinoff called Making the 8 with Robert Baratheon?
Hell
I love
yeah!
Robert Baratheon,
Just
man.
getting shit faced at tavern to tavern. Your fucking
Oh,
liver's
man.
falling out because you've been doing nothing but hunting and drinking
Like
mead.
seriously, dude, the Baratheon boys.
Hunting
man.
whores and fucking boars, or was
Dude,
it the other way around?
they had such personality, man. You had Renly, you had Stannis. Such a tragedy,
man.
man.
Well, that's what Stannis.
What happened to
a cult of
Stannis was a
personality.
tragedy, and I don't want to speak about Stannis.
Yeah, think about it.
Still a rough
Never.
spot for me.
Alright.
He was the one true.
So
Was he?
were you on Team Stannis?
Yes, me were diehard Stannis.
That's how the channel got its name.
Even after he burned his daughter.
What?
So apparently, like they were really getting into Stannis, and then someone goes on 4chan or whatever, and they're like, "These fucking normies are finally getting."
Yeah, like
into
normies
Stannis."
like Stannis now. It's not
Fucking
cool to like
normies.
Stannis because like no one was into Stannis. Like,
Hey,
but
we
we
love
love Stannis.
Stannis,
Fucking hilarious. The man is bro. Dude, like
he would walk with so much poise, man.
you know the man's
Badass.
last words was, "Go on, do your duty."
Which is funny because like that's so how he is.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, like the Onion Knight
And,
came
like-
and saved him, but he's like, I'm gonna cut
and,
your
like,
fucking
and the
finger
thing-
off.
Yeah.
The thing with him, man, Stannis, like, dude, he
Complicated
did everything
man.
by the
Complicated
fucking book,
man.
man.
I don't
No,
think he was.
and he-
I think he was like
that's exactly
stoic.
And then
He
he
was
like,
uncomplicated.
and dude, he
That was very
would have been the best king, dude. Like,
would've
God,
been- he would've been a just
And you
king.
know what?
I mean,
I'll
he
say it
would've
right now,
burned
dude.
his daughter alive, so
He would have been a
better.
way better king than Robert, man.
But
Yeah.
is a truly just king a good king? Because some of those laws are fucked.
Yeah, no, I was about to, that's exactly what I was about to say. It's like that, like it's almost like he absolves himself from having to make a decision because he's just like, it's what it says. Like when they're talking about Jaime and he's like, call him the Kingslayer, the man murdered a king, and they're like, Kingslayer, he goes, call him sir, that man is a knight. It's like, motherfucker, like I get it, you read the rules and you're really hardcore into them, but. Is that gonna get shit done for you?
Yeah.
Did it get shit done for you? He's like, I read the rules about this religion. I thought if I burned my kid that would fucking help. Turns out it didn't. Turns out it was a dumb thing. Who knew that burning your kid was a dumb thing to do? Fuck.
Hey man, when you got some fucking witch telling you that shit's gonna work, then it's gonna help you win a battle.
Yeah,
man.
how
Fuck
quickly
shit.
he threw away the old gods and accepted the Lord of Light just because he thought it would
I mean,
make
just
him
like
king?
Mickey
Yeah.
said,
That's
just
a-
like
that's a
Mickey
character
said.
flaw.
It
brother
is.
by birthing a black magic demon baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying.
that's pretty
That's all black
convincing
magic.
shit.
That was enough, and that's what I'm saying. Like that was enough magic. Then I'd be like, yeah, I'm down for that. But once you're like, we need you to burn your kid, I'd be like,
But then what's the point of getting winning kingdom if you don't have kids to take over them?
Because
I thought
he
it was the
didn't
kids to
care.
burn.
Because apparently the kingdom is not important, and he did it because it meant beating the White Walkers. And we still don't know why Jon come back. Jon might have came back because there were some magical Shireen vibes in the air because she had just been burnt.
oh yeah, totally. Yeah,
That might have been why.
But
So he might have had to do that as fucked up as it was.
Well, she was burned down at Winterfell. He's brought back to life back to the war.
You don't know how shit
Hey,
works.
you know that
You don't
shit
know how it
works,
works. It could be
man.
the
We don't know
Juju's
how-
in
we don't know how
the
air works.
Barrack's been
Yeah.
back. Do they kill every time somebody? So Barrack can
I'm not
come back
saying
from dead?
Barrack is a different case. Jon and Barrack are two different cases.
But that
Exactly,
doesn't matter.
fam.
They're still the same god.
They
We're not.
are very
They
similar.
are, but like.
Yeah, the same god, same kind of
It's
pretty,
the same
same
thing.
religion.
No, it's very
Same
different.
Here's the last thing.
Give me one example how it's
Man.
different.
One
But,
example
people.
is because Jon was dead for far longer than Barrack. Barrack
Yeah,
was
dude.
dead right away.
They brought him
Thoros
right back
would
to life.
make
But then
incantations.
Shireen wasn't killed to do it right away. Like Shireen, that could have symbolized
Maybe there was
anything
Lord of
else.
Light juice in the
Yeah,
air.
man, I'm
Like you
going
don't
with that,
know what
dude.
you don't know how it works.
You don't know how it
I mean,
works, dude.
I'm just saying it could be. I'm not saying it's for
I
real.
just think they're fucked up. And I think he genuinely thought that his only option, because it's not about, I mean, for Stannis, yeah, a little bit about politics, but for Melisandre, it is about something much bigger than our silly little kingdoms and our silly little wars.
But
It
that's
is about
what
the end
with
of the goddamn
Stannis.
world.
Stannis thought it was about more than that. Stannis knew
I
about the White Walkers.
didn't
Stannis thought he was burning his daughter as fucked up as it is
Didn't-
because of like the good of
for
the
a
realm.
greater
Didn't they
purpose.
even
Yeah.
say that dead is dead, and like to replace something dead, you need to take something back, even in the story? So like, I mean, she had to die, man.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Well,
That's what
all I'm saying,
But
it's pretty tough to follow a guy
you
once you
killed
do
your
some shit like
daughter,
that.
even if you had to.
Doesn't matter.
Hey,
why.
man,
It's still
I'll
be
tell you right now,
you're have to follow
I-
if you have a
I
heart.
mean, no,
I personally
make no
couldn't do
mistake.
it.
I hated him after that. I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Once he made that
Yeah.
decision, I was like,
I personally couldn't
Sure,
do that
not
kind of
like-
decision, man. But I'm not the manest. He's the manest.
I
so
don't know.
I'm gonna go with it.
Again, like what he said, like you just
would you
do
burn
it
your
doesn't
daughter?
make it good, ruler.
I couldn't do it, dude.
I just
I'm not the
wanna-
manest.
I want to clarify that Shireen would not die from grayscale because she was cured by a maester.
It was
Yeah.
contained.
Yeah.
oh, we didn't talk about Jorah.
Jorah.
Hey, Jorah's
Jorah!
an Essos.
He will
Jorah
be
was in
cor-
prison.
It's my
He's
hand
an
in a
Essos.
box.
Well, he
His
No,
hand was
she-
in prison.
No, she sent
Oh.
him free to find a cure.
He's an
But
Essos,
in the
isn't he?
trailer,
though?
it looked
He's
like
not
he was
In the trailer,
I
Maybe
think
he
he's
was
in
prison. Maybe he's
there was a grayscale hand. Like,
Maybe it
Oh,
wasn't
it
a
is.
prison.
Just about,
Maybe he
just
was
about.
confined because it spread so much. They had confined him to some.
Guys, I hope you loved our Game of Thrones talking. We were
Yeah.
gonna do a skit, but we're probably gonna do it next week. 'Cause it's a little
Yeah.
late. But I love talking Thrones. That was the name of the channel originally.
Oh,
So,
I
you
get
know,
it because
it's-
we talk about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I want to be like
Yeah.
Talking Dead, but Talking Thrones.
Walking
and then,
Thrones.
And then I was like, wait a minute, we better do other shows
Yeah.
also.
Then we changed the name.
Yeah, I think it's exciting. I kind of just want to see people like party in Dorne. Like in my head, Dorne is essentially like Miami,
You
and
just
people
want
just
to fucking.
just run through the desert and fight. Like I just imagine like everyone's beautiful in Dorne. They're all just like drinking wine and like fucking around
They're like a
in
Burning
brothels,
Man.
and they're just like apparently there's a war going on and like dragons and shit, and people are dying, but you're hot and I'm hot, and there's a whole room full of hot people.
For sure, Ilaria and the Sand Snakes gonna die.
Yeah,
Like, you know, Cersei's
fucked up.
Cersei's gonna have her
Those
revenge.
Girls, I think it was the one we actually like. She's
Oh.
like, "Tell me I'm the sexiest woman in Dorne."
Can I say one last
She's
thing?
actually the
Oh,
the heir to Dorne.
Tight, yeah, the one with the short hair, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
So
Can I-
if she dies, like
I think she'll live. I think her and Bronn will get together.
I think
oh my god,
it's
please,
like-
please, yes.
Since she
Oh, yeah.
is
That's what I was-
next in line
I think-
for the to be Lord.
Cersei's
Lady
gonna
of-
get her
Yeah.
revenge like a motherfucker,
Princess,
man.
queen.
I just really wonder what's gonna happen to the Queen of Thorns, dude. Because she's alone and she's fucking vicious too
She's
right
a
now.
Norn.
Yeah, but she's like she doesn't have
She's
anybody.
with Daenerys.
Everybody's gone. Like all her family members are gone, so she's gonna fucking pull out
Oh
something,
yeah,
dude.
she's
Yeah.
She's not taking that shit lightly, man. She's the last of her fucking kind. She's gonna make somebody pay.
Last of her name.
I wonder if they still have babies.
No, she's
Too
too
late.
old for
What
that.
if they have magic for it?
All right, but
No.
on a serious note, it's almost 9:30, and I really do have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're,
All right, I
we're
think
gonna call
we
it,
did.
guys.
Oh,
Thank you so
God,
much.
it's
What are your
9:30?
predictions? Let us know down in the comments. Are you excited for Throne of Games?
Hell yeah!
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you for watching / listening to our Season 7 Game of Thrones podcast prediction video. If you enjoyed this, please click that like button. This is going to be the start of our 7 Days of Thrones little special thing we're doing. Every day of this week, we are going to be uploading a Game of Thrones related video until the premiere.